Hi everybody, Natasha Wilkinson here, Independent Scentsy Consultant, Mount Isa, Australia. Now, it's transition time. So we all know it's transition time by now, as you have seen me hopping on all this month talking about how we are transitioning from one catalogue to the next. But it is now time to make those dreaded Scentsy Club decisions with our transition catalogue. So I'm about to hop onto my screen review and do my Scentsy Club edit. So let's, before I do that, talk a bit about how my decision process goes with my Scentsy Club edit. So the first thing in my edits, I look at what's returning in our new catalogue. So if I have, I'm sorry if you can hear next door's chainsaw going off, they're doing some work next door. If I have a scent that is returning in the next catalogue, then I don't see a point to keep that in my Scentsy Club. For me, the bars in my Scentsy Club are discontinued scents that I can no longer get, and I'm taking advantage of the always get my bar perk. So if I'm able to pick it up in a bundle and save for out of catalogue season, I won't have it in my Scentsy Club. And as a consultant, one of the perks is you get to see the catalogue a month before it comes out, so I know what is coming in the next catalogue, and if I have scents that are coming back in that catalogue, they will be coming out of my Scentsy Club. So the second thing I look at in my edits is, do I have multiples of bars in my Scentsy Club? Have I got more than one of the same bar in my Scentsy Club? And then I will look at why I have that. If I'm finding that I'm not using those multiples, then I will downgrade it from say 2 to 1. But if I am using those multiples and they're in there for a reason, then it will stay at that multiples. But if I see that my stash is growing and I don't need those multiples, then that's an indication I need to downgrade the multiples. So the third thing I look at when I'm editing my Scentsy Club is similar scents. Now I already know I have quite a few apple and spice scents, so I will be looking at downgrading some of them. I seem to have gone mad over apple and cinnamon and have got all the apple and cinnamon scents in there. Do I need all the apple and cinnamon scents? Probably not. I love them. So that's another thing. If I'm trying to make room, can I just choose one of those similar scents and live without the other? So, and the fourth one I'll look at is current stock. So we will be going into a few of my Scentsy Clubs because I'm a categorizer, so I couldn't just have one Scentsy Club. I had to categorize them into summer scents, into winter scents, that type of thing. So I actually have 3 quarterly Scentsy Clubs and 1 bi-monthly. The bi-monthly one's kind of one where I throw things in while I'm trying to make up my mind when we get new releases, whether I'm actually keeping those scents, and then they will get moved into the quarterly one if I decide I'm keeping it. So that's kind of my trial one. So current stock, am I using it? So I look at, well, I'm getting this bar every 3 months, and then I look at what I've currently got on hand. Am I actually going through that bar? It's no good having a bar in there that I love if I'm not using it. If I have a stock up and I've got enough and I'm not using it, then it will come out. So they are the basis of what we will be making my decisions on when we delve into my Scentsy Club. So before we do that, let's talk about a bit about my aims and goals. So as I already mentioned, I have a winter quarterly one and a summer quarterly one and a all year round quarterly one. So one of them is currently sitting at 15 bars. The other one is currently sitting at 21 bars. The all year round one is sitting at 9 bars, and then another one is sitting at 21 bars. So the 15 bar one is that bi-monthly one that I talked to you about, where I'm making decisions about whether I'm keeping that bar or not. So currently it is at a total of 66 bars, and then I also have 5 extra items in there that aren't bars, so they could be something like cotton cleaner, something like that. And grand total is currently sitting at 700 Australian dollars every 3 months. We need to downgrade that drastically. I can't have all the bars, so my goal is, in my bi-monthly one, I want to take out at least 2. In my 21 bar, I want to take out at least 6. That's sitting at $220. I want to take out at least 6 bars from there. In the one that's sitting at 92 bars, I'm happy with that amount. At $102, you get a half price item. So I'm happy for them to sit around where you get the perk of a half price item and the 10% off. And in the one that's $233, I want to take out at least 8. So they are my goals. If I can get it down to that, this cut, I will be happy. Eventually, I want to bring it down further, but there are so many bars I love. So I am looking here realistically, because there are also bars I am going to want to add that are retiring, and this is just a first cut for me. We will probably jump on, not this month, but after the new catalogue begins, when I start to actually catalogue what I'm using and see whether some of the new bars I've put in are ones that I really want, or if I've just put in them and then decided I don't want. So we will be editing this more, but this is my first big edit since basically letting my Scentsy Club grow, and so let's see how we go. So we're heading into my homepage here. This is where you can access Scentsy Club and do your edits. If you head down to my account, hit my Scentsy Club, this is prompting me straight to my Scentsy Club, or one of my Scentsy Clubs, where we will begin our edits. This is my Scentsy Club that has my everyday scents. I will use these scents all year round, whether it be winter or summer. So we're going to begin with this one, as this is my least expensive Scentsy Club, and it's the one that I have put in my transition notes that I was quite happy at where it was standing. I hadn't put a number that I wanted to downgrade from this. Saying that, though, we are going to still edit it a little bit, because there are scents that are returning and there are scents that are leaving that I definitely do want to add into this section. So as you can see, this one's not due to process till August, so I have time to play with what's currently in there. But if I want any of the scents that are leaving at the end of this month, I need to put them in this month to always get my bar. So let's talk about what's in my everyday scents. So typically these are scents I generally like to warm in my main bedroom. I have Love Story, and I have 2 of these. Now, here is where I would look at my reasonings. As I said, when I am editing my Scentsy Club, there are 4 things I like to look at. The first thing is what's returning. Are there similar scents? Is the second thing. The third one is duplicity or multiplicity. If I have more than 1 bar, I then need to evaluate, am I going through that stock, or can I downgrade it to less bars. And the last one is current stock. If I find I am hoarding a lot of that particular scent and not using it, should it be in my Scentsy Club? So that's what I'm looking at when I am doing this edit, because as I discussed before, my Scentsy Club combined at the moment is a total of $700, and we definitely do want to downgrade it. So let's hope there aren't too many of the discontinuing scents that I want to keep. So back to Love Story. There are 2 of these, and I will be keeping them at 2. I warm this one in my bedroom. I go through the 2 that come every 3 months. So it's not stocking up as I thought it would be. I originally put 2 in thinking I would build up a stock and downgrade it to 1, but I find I am using the 2, so I am still happy with keeping it at 2. So the next one we're going to look at is Pacific Sandalwood. So I can actually delete this one out, or there were 2 of them, because I know it is returning. Shut Eye was from our Sleep Happy collection. I am currently keeping that. I still use it. Now, Snuggle Up. This is one I am contemplating removing, but we will come back to that. I am contemplating removing that because it kind of fits under my similar scents. Do I need 2 lavender scents in my Scentsy Club? As you can see, I also have Lavender Violet. Jammy Time will still be in the new catalogue too. So I do have 1 bar. I am going to warm that this month and then make my decision up on Snuggle Up a bit later with that one. Angel Experiment is staying. Love that one. And Maleficent is staying. Love that one. So there is what I have done so far, is deleted Pacific Sandalwood because I know it's coming back. And I have deleted 2. So it is 2 less than it originally was. But now I am going to hit add more items. And by doing this, I will be adding to that current subscription, which is shipping. So I am going to add of Cozy Cardigan. So Cozy Cardigan is basically going to be replacing Pacific Sandalwood. My husband loves this scent. I love this scent for our bedroom, and it is retiring at the end of the month. I typically go through one of these every month. So this shipment comes 1 every 3 months. So that will give me 2 months of Cozy Cardigan. I may reevaluate and add more before the end of the month, but I want to get at least 2 of Cozy Cardigan every 3 months. And the reason I'm only adding 2 at the moment is because I also am going to add my all-time favourite bar here, one of my ride or dies, because it is also leaving us, and I am sad to see it's leaving us after only 1 season. I do hope they bring it back next season again. And that is Strawberry Rose. Last time when I had this one in my Scentsy Club, I only had 1 and I was going through them too quickly. So I am going to make sure it is upgraded to 2 this time to make sure I have enough coming in. Now, there was 1 more in this section that I wanted to add, and that was one of this month's Scent of the Month, Stargazing. I've really enjoyed that one, so I want to make sure I have one of them every 3 months. Now, here is where I review that subscription. So I have 2 Cozy Cardigan, 2 Strawberry Rose, and 1 Stargazing going into that subscription. So that is 5 going in and 2 deleted out. So this has become a little bit more expensive, but they are all scents that I will typically use in my bedroom or all year round, and I know I will use them. So I am going to update that subscription and lock those products in so I know that I can always have them after those products are no longer available. So that was my everyday scents. So let's move on to the next club order, shall we? So we are now in the next of my Scentsy clubs, and this is where I keep my summer scents. As you can see, I have a quarterly subscription of $233 and a bi-monthly subscription of $165. So I have in my notes here, I would like to try and eliminate 8 out of that quarterly subscription and 2 at least out of that bi-monthly subscription to try and downgrade my subscription a little bit, because as you can see, my Scentsy club is a little bit crazy at the moment, and we haven't even hit my winter scents yet. So if we were to go into the quarterly one, let's talk about these scents that I have here for you. So we have Peony Petals, really sweet floral, hasn't been in our catalogue for a few seasons, so I get one of them every 3 months, and I do have a few in my stash when I look at current stock, but not enough for me to consider deleting it just yet. Hibiscus Water. Now, this was a summer collection scent from our Good Vibes collection in 2020. Through summer, I used it all the time. It's a beautiful mixer, but it's also beautiful in the bathroom and laundry on its own. It's a aquatic, fruity floral, but when winter hit, I have started to build up a stash. So I am going to change the quantity, and because it's an always get my bar item and no longer available, it is prompting me here, are you sure you want to decrease the quantity of your always get my bar item? Once you decrease the quantity, it cannot be increased again. This cannot be done. So it is telling me if I do that, I will not be able to get 2 anymore. But yes, I am happy with decreasing Hibiscus Water to 1 bar, as I do have a few in stock, and I will have another one coming this month. So that brings it down to 7 I still need to try and get rid of. Honeysuckle Pear. Love this one. This was March's scent of the month, but it is very sweet. It is very floral, and as much as I love it, do I love it enough to keep it in here? Am I using it enough? I have about 4 at the moment, so this is one that may be on the chopping block. We will be coming back to that one. We're all mad here, Scentsy bar. It is staying. It is the bar that made me join Scentsy Club just for this scent. If I could, I would probably increase that one. Simply Rose, as you can tell by its name, smells like Roses. So I love that one too. That's staying at this stage. I don't have enough to feel like I want to increase it. As you can see, this is getting harder for me to make the tough decisions of what I want to keep. So Cocoa Lime, I am going to remove that. It is prompting me, are you sure you want to always remove your Get My Bar item? If you do, it cannot be undone. Yes, I want to remove that one because it is coming back in our next catalogue. I know it's coming back in our next catalogue. I can wait a month till it comes back. I'm happy with that. Pina Colada, love, not removing. Here comes the Sunflowers. This is another one I know that's coming back. So that is 3 out of 8 I have gotten rid of. Best Berry. Now, this was from our Valentine's Day collection. It's nice, but it's not the Best Berry scent. This is probably one that will get chopped. We will come back to that. Petal Pals. That's also from the Valentine's Day collection. I love that one. That's staying. Banana Berry is currently staying. Love that one for my daughter's room. Stitch is currently staying. I have Angel here again. So this may be a consideration of deleting because, as you saw, I also had Angel in my Everyday Scents, which I decided to keep. So that is in the consideration for the chopping block, but I do love it, and I did have it as 2 for a reason. Ursula Poor Unfortunate Souls is staying. Beach Daisy is currently staying. I do need to warm through to make up my mind because they are similar but not similar to Here Comes the Sunflowers, and I'm still trying to decide which one I like better. I know Here Comes the Sunflowers is coming back in the catalogue, so we'll just wait and see. Showered in Flowers, really love, is staying. Sweet Plum Pastry Scentsy Bar is staying. So, Baked Apple Pie. I have already made the decision to delete this one, even though it's not coming back at any stage so far. But why I am deleting this kind of fits into my similar scents category. I have lots of spice and apple scents, so I don't need all the spice and apple scents, as you will see when I get to my winter, and there are some in my winter that I like a little bit more. So I am happy to get rid of Baked Apple Pie. So that brings us down to 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're halfway to my goal of 8. So cotton cleanups, and I have Jammy Time as my half price. So here is where I kind of need to look at deleting 4 more items if I want to keep at my goal, and this is where it is going to get hard because I'm looking at what I want to keep and what I don't want to keep. So I've currently brought it down to $193 from 200 plus odd dollars. But as I said, my goal was to bring it down more. I have got only halfway. So it was originally at $250. So Fearless by Nature. This is one I love for the boys' room, and I love for the bathroom and laundry. But I typically only warm half a bar at a time, and I have built a stash up. It is also in our clearance section for $5, and in my Scentsy Club I am paying $11. So I can't warrant keeping it in my club when I have got a decent stash and when I can get it cheaper currently in clearance. It just means I always won't get that bar. Once it goes from clearance, it's gone from clearance. I won't have access to it anymore. But Yes, I am removing it because I gave myself the goal of trying to remove 8 bars, and that brings me a little bit closer. That's 5 bars and brings my total down to 182. I mean, I may not get all 8 bars deleted out of here, but I would like to at least try and get this down to $150 for this month. So let's evaluate some of the ones that I thought might get the chopping block. Best berry, I am going to delete. It was nice. I still have 1 full bar, but as I said, there are other berry scents I like a little bit more, so I have deleted best berry. So that is 6, and honeysuckle pear, as much as I love it, I can't warrant keeping it when I have over 12. This comes every 3 months, and I have 12 months in there that I have not used. So I've got enough to get me through with honeysuckle pear. So we are left with pink petals, hibiscus water, We're All Mad Here, Simply Rose, Pina Colada Char, Petal Pals, Banana Berry, Stitch Angel, Ursula Beach, Showered in Flowers, Sweet Plum Pastry, Dumbo Circus, The Cotton Cleanups, and Jammy Time. So I think I'm going to delete the Cotton Cleanups out of here. And that, even though technically it's not a bar, that's my 8th item, and it brings it to my goal of close to my goal. I'm $1 over, $150 for this month. Now, the reason I deleted the cotton cleanups, even though I need them and I like them, I'm going to be starting a monthly club where I can get them every month, because I wait till I run out and then just pop them in whatever Scentsy club dues to come next, which isn't the smart thing to do. If I have them come every month, I will be able to build a stock up and not run out. There are also some scents I want to start coming monthly, and I want to add my whiff box there monthly rather than pay full price, so I can get the 10% off. But that won't be till later on. So at the moment, I don't need the cotton cleanups. I've still got some that came with my last order. So we are at $150 for July, and that is really great. I do want to add 3 scents in here. I want to add Iridescent Pearl, Make a Splash, and Be Fabulous before they discontinue, but I won't be adding them until after this month's order processes, because what I will be doing then is adding them so I don't have to pay for those 3 this month, and then they will come off the next 3 months. So let's quickly do bi-monthly. I gave myself a goal of taking at least 2 out of here. So Disney Princess True Love Awaits is coming to the new catalogue, so I can remove that one. Mandalorian Air of Adventure, I picked up 1 in my last order, which is all I wanted, and that's why it was in there, so I can delete that one. That will bring it down to 140. And Blue Raspberry Ice, upon smelling that, I like it, but it's not one that I would probably keep all time, so I'm deleting that out of my club. That's actually 3, which is making me quite happy because it is 1 more than what I intended, which is good. Cutting down to what I actually use and what I actually need, as I am in need of a big overhaul here. So they are my Scentsy Club choices for summer. Let's go into the next lot of. Finally, we're going to go into the last of my Scentsy Club here, which is where I keep scents I like to warm typically in a winter months, in the cooler months. Here I usually am reaching for bakery, woodsy, darker, comforting type scents. So as you can see, it is also a bit pricey, probably a bit more than I would like. It is sitting at $220 and it's not due to ship to August. And I had in my notes here that I would like to try and eliminate at least 6 out of here. So let's delve into them. Nightmare Before Christmas, Halloween Town. I have one more label to collect of this one and then it will be deleted out of Scentsy Club. I really do enjoy it in winter. I get like a red wine cork type scent, really pretty scent, but I do have a good stock up at the moment. The only reason it's in there is one label I want to collect out of the 4 collector's labels. Nightmare Before Christmas Jack's Obsession Scentsy Bar. If I could increase the quantity of this one, I would. I originally did have it at 2 and I built up a stockpile and thought, right, I can delete it down to 1, but then the weather started to change and I used it all the time. I'm now currently got none. I need to wait till August till I get my one little one that comes. But if I could increase that, that would be one I would actually increase. Pie Oh My, I am going to delete. This is a nice apple pie scent, but again, I have a lot of apple spice scents. I love Jack's Obsession probably the most out of my apple pie scents. So it just comes down to I have similar scents in my Scentsy Club, so I don't need that one. Marshmallow Mint Cocoa. I have a few bars of this. I am going to delete it as I'm the only one that likes that one in this household. So those few bars I will enjoy when the rest of my family are around. They aren't too crash hot about that one. So Salted Caramel Toffee I will be keeping for the time being. Snow Crisp Cranberry I will be keeping for the time being. Now I am just going to quickly check in the fresh section of their new catalogue here. I'm pretty sure that Silver Bells is returning. So this is another one. If I could increase the quantity, I would, but I don't need to because it is returning with our new catalogue next month. So I can delete that one out. Eskimo Kiss. So this one is also returning. So I can quite happily remove Eskimo Kiss out. It will actually be returning though with a new name change. Toasted Marshmallow I will be keeping. Monsters Inc. Again, I have a few of these. I am going to remove it because it is in the clearance section at a cheaper price and I can't justify keeping it in when I can get it cheaper there. Evil Queen I will be keeping. Arctic Kiss I will be keeping. Happy Birthday I will be keeping. Apple Butter Frosting I will be keeping. Island Hopping was from a Mother's Day collection. I have yet to try this, so this will probably be a one-off and then will be deleted out of my club because based on the scent notes, it's something I probably wouldn't be my favourite, but I do want to try it, which is why it is currently in here. Vanilla Ode I am keeping. Pretty in Plum. I've got a couple of these coming and I like this one, but I don't love it enough to stay in my Scentsy Club. Caramel Sugar Cone I am keeping, and my 2 Crumb Top I am keeping. So let's delve into what else is coming. Blue Christmas. So this one, although it hurts me to do it, I have 5 of them and I don't need to keep them coming. I can also get it at $5 in the clearance section. So I am deleting that one out of my club too. So what did I delete? I deleted Marshmallow Mint Cocoa as number 1. I deleted Silver Bells as number 2. I deleted Eskimo Kisses number 3. I deleted Blue Christmas as number 4. I deleted Monstropolis as number 5. And I deleted Pretty in Plum as number 6. So, as you can see, I did do a bit of a edit here and got 6 down from what I originally had. But there is one item I will be adding in here, and that is going to be Simply Vanilla, as that particular bar will be leaving us at the end of the month, and I haven't yet tried that one, to be honest with you, so I do want to try that. If I were to have it come anywhere, it would be in my winter scents because it kind of falls under the bakery category. So I'm going to add 1 Simply Vanilla, and then I am going to review my subscription, as that is what I would like. Update my subscription, and it is now sitting at $160. So I am quite happy with that. That is my edit of all my clubs. I have looked into downgrading them and where I would ideally like to cut them, and I have cutted that amount, but I have added a few. There are probably, as I said, a few scents that I would still like to add. I would like to add Make a Splash, Iridescent Pearl, and Be Fabulous to the summer scents, but I am waiting till that order processes. And then I'm on the fence about Squeeze the Day and Dazzling Pomegranate, of whether I just stock up on them or add them to the summer scents as well. So if I did that, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that edit. I will say, since doing that edit with you, I have been a little bit naughty. So what I have done since doing that edit, I did end up deleting Beauty and the Beast and Cars 2 out of that roll in the bi-monthly one. After smelling them, and well, I've tried Beauty and the Beast, I haven't actually warmed through Cars 2, so who knows, my decision may change again after warming it. But based on cold sniff, Cars 2 have been deleted out. After warming Beauty and the Beast, I enjoyed Beauty and the Beast, but I did delete it out, so I did delete those 2 out. But then I have created a monthly club where I took the cotton cleanups out of that quarterly one, popped it into the monthly club, because I'm going to want to get cotton cleanups monthly with how much I have been using them. So that was more a strategic move on my part. I don't want to have to keep adding them every time I run out, so I just want to keep them coming. If they become too much, then I can delete them out of the monthly club. And I already know that even though I have Cozy Cardigan and Strawberry Rose coming every 3 months with a couple of bars, Cozy Cardigan I use every month. So I want to get a bit of a stock up of those 2 scents. So they're going to go in a monthly club with that cotton cleanups. So those 3 will pretty much stay there for a while. But currently also in that monthly club, I've added 3 of the Moments collection, which have just come out based on description. They tend to be the 3 that I think I'm going to enjoy. I don't think they will stay in there permanently. It's just till I make a decision whether I want them in Scentsy Club or not. Particularly with the birthday one, I am going to have to make a tough decision when it comes. I smell and warm it, whether I like that one better than Happy Birthday, because I'm not going to keep 2 vanilla cake scents in my Scentsy Club. But I want to know which one I like better, so I needed to lock it in before I can't lock it into Scentsy Club. And then when I've made up my mind which one I like better, one of those ones will be coming out. And once I try the other 2, if based on description I like them, they will be moved into where I think they should be sitting in the quarterly. If I don't like them, they will come out. And I do also currently have in there Squeeze the Day, Lemon Sorbet, and Tangerine Creamsicle, which is strange for me, bean or citrus scents. We know my feeling on citrus scents. I'm not the biggest citrus lover, but these citrus scents I do enjoy from time to time. I want 1 each of them, and I'm just too lazy to go and buy them this month. I'm going to probably skip the monthly one next month and pick them up the following month, so I won't have to pay for it then. Once I get 1 each of them, those 3 will be deleted out of my Scentsy Club. So they're just in there for a one-off purchase to take advantage of the 10% in a month where we won't have the 10% sale. So those 3 will definitely be coming out. One of the vanilla cake ones will be coming out. So that's $40 extra currently that won't be in there once they come out. That's a $40 extra one-off purchase. And I think in the quarterly one I did go back in and add Mandalorian Air of Adventure, because I felt like I might want 1 more of them. Then that will be coming out, so that's $50 that will basically be coming out, which won't be staying in my club. And I did also add the lychee one, because I do like the smell of that on cold smell, and I haven't had a chance to warm that this season, so that's in one of the quarterly runs for the time being. So based on those naughty ones I added and the monthly club I did, it is now gone from a total of $700 to a total of roughly $600. So my aim was to try and get it at $500, which I did have it in the first edit, but these extra ones have kind of brought it back up to $600. I'm still, with all the extra bars I added for this new season and my edit, got my club down $100. So my club is down slightly cheaper to what it was, and as I said, there's about $60 in there that is a one-off purchase. So if we were to take that one-off purchase off, it's sitting now at about $550. So I'm $50 over what my aim was. My next aim, I'm going to try and break it down to $300, so which is what I am comfortable with spending. It's every month sitting at that $100, getting my whiff box for half price if I decide it to be my whiff box or one of my bigger items for half price, because it's reaching that perk of the half price value. So that's my ultimate aim, to eventually get it down to that. But at the moment, there are still bars I want and I will possibly be looking at doing another edit when the clearance section updates again, because once the clearance section updates again, they will generally throw in bars that were from this season that have discontinued. They don't throw in every bar, because sometimes they decide to bring back things in the next catalogue. Sometimes they just have run out of stock, even if they're not bringing them back in the next catalogue. But you will find some of the bars that are being discontinued may at some stage end up in the clearance section. So my next edit will be probably then, because if any of the bars I have in my Scentsy Club end up in the clearance section, I'm not going to pay $10 a bar if they end up in the clearance section at $6, $7, $5, whatever price they get popped in the clearance section, because then it makes more sense for me just to purchase a bunch of them and have a bunch on hand, unless they are something like Strawberry Rose or Jack's Obsession, or some of my all-time favorites that I know I'm going to warm constantly, or Cozy Cardigan. Those ones I know I'm going to warm constantly, and I'm not going to ever want to be with that. So even if they end up in the clearance section, they won't come out of my Scentsy Club. But there is some in there that I like, that I want to warm, but if they came in the clearance section, I could quite happily just purchase a few of them and be done with it and take them out of my Scentsy Club. So that's how my mind works with my Scentsy Club anyway. I hope you enjoyed this video edit. I look forward to seeing you again, where we talk about more of Transition Week. I am anxiously awaiting my testers and anxiously awaiting my catalogues. I have purchased them, so look forward to later this month for some first sniffs. And until then, stay safe. Bye for now.